Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Champions playthrough. We've got a playthrough of Domino versus Sabah Nur Apocalypse. So let's just hop into it. We've got Nina Thurman, 6 hand size, 9 health, 3 recovery. Action, choose a card in your hand and swap that card with the top card of your discard pile. Then we have Domino. She's 1, 2, 3, 5 hand size. When counting resources, discard from the top of your deck. Each printed wild resource, count that twice. And then as an action, choose a card in your hand, swap that card with the top card of your deck. We've got Apocalypse here, so let's look at the main scheme first. We are using Apocalypse, we are doing Standard 3, and then we're using Celestial Tech and Clan Akkaba. Setup is Apocalypse begins the game in Biomorph form. Deal each player in a face-down encounter cards. Let's go ahead and do that. We are in Biomorph form, but we'll look at that in a moment. 1-1, or it starts with 1 threat, goes up 1 every turn. Force responses after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 power counter here. If there are at least 4 power counters here, the first player removes 4 of them and discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until a superpower card is discarded and reveals it. Let's give it threat. Because we're using Clan Akkaba, we have the Ancient Ritual permanent side scheme. It starts with 5 threat. After threat is removed or placed here, if there's at least 10 threat here, remove 5 threat and deal each player a face-down encounter card. So it's just going to be more annoying than anything there. Then we have Apocalypse. I'll show the other stages once we start changing to them. We have Biomorph form. He gains Overkill, so any of the allies he defeats will any excess damage will hit the hero. And then Force Response is after Apocalypse changes his form, deal 1 indirect damage to each player. Alright, so let's hop into it. We're using Domino, like I said, and we're doing a leadership. So, let's see. How do I get White Fox back on top of my deck? So choose a card from your hand and swap with a card from your discard pile. And then choose a card in your hand and swap with the top card of your deck. So I need to keep her in my hand. Remove 3 threat from a scheme and discard top part of your deck. For each resource discard away, remove additional scheme. So that might be good to when I get her back on top of my deck. Atlas Bear, look at the top card of your deck. If that card is an event, you may deal damage. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Strengthen numbers, exhaust. Okay, we're going to probably discard that. I'm going to probably discard these 3 cards and draw up. Okay, so I'm going to use our ability here to choose a card from our hand and swap it. Let me see, what does this do again? Choose a card in your hand and swap with the top card of your deck. Okay, we're going to use our ability to swap Triskelion for Lockjaw. Choose a card in your hand and swap with the top card of your discard pile. Then we're going to flip. And then we're going to use our ability to swap White Fox to the top card of our deck. Ooh, jackpot. After this card is discarded from the top of your deck, shuffle it back into your deck. Okay, cool. So, let's discard Make the Call and a good workout for a good workout. Deal 4 damage to an enemy, then discard the top card of your deck. For each resource icon discarded this way, deal 1 additional damage to that enemy. So we're going to discard White Fox. It's going to do 4 or 5 because that's a resource. And then White Fox is after White Fox is discarded from the top of your deck, put her under your control. So she comes into play. I could get Lockjaw out. Or I could do Right Place, Right Time. When resources are on discarded from the top of your deck, okay. Because Triskellion's not going to super duper matter at the moment. But I could remove some threat from Ancient Ritual. So let's do that. Let's discard Jackpot and we'll do Right Place, Right Time. So remove 3 threat from a scheme, then discard the top card of your deck. For each resource icon discarded this way, remove 1 additional threat from that scheme. So we're going to move 3 threat from this. And then we're going to discard, and it's a wild resource, so it's going to count for 2, so we can just remove 2 more from that. We're going to keep Triskelion in our hand, and we're going to swing for 3 damage on him total. He's down to 8. Awesome. So we'll keep Triskelion. We're going to draw up to 5, so total there. Okie dokie. Well, that was a kind of a big turn, so let's add a threat here to the scheme, and then we're going to add power counter. He's going to attack for 2. What do we want to do? Let's just take it. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Okay. And then we've got our encounter card. So encounter card number 1 will be Clan Akkaba Zealot. He has guard, place 2 threat on Ancient Ritual. And then we have Memories of Armageddon. Give to the Nina Thurman player. Treat your identity text box after blank. And then alter ego action, exhaust your identity to discard this. So, okay. So I kind of want to deal with this because there are 2/2, which is a lot. So let's see what we have here. So we're going to treat our text box as if it's blank, so we're not going to get any benefits here. Discard top card of your deck. For each resource, discard this way. Do some stuff. Now, we're going to not get, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get, we're not going to really be able to utilize this, so I might want to wait on it. But we'll use Innovation. We'll discard that. After you spend this card, heal 1 damage from an ally you control. We're going to get Triskelion out, so increase your ally limit by 1, so you can have 4 allies out. We're going to place that out. It's going to heal. Let us do... Let us take out the Zealot. She's going to take Consequential again, but this is gone. We're going to flip. Then I'm going to discard Lucky Lady for Pip the Pug. Exhaust Pip the Pug. Put 1 Domino or Posse card from your discard pile on top of your deck. Let's exhaust Pip to put on top of our deck Jackpot. We're going to end our go. We're going to draw up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, digging deeps. Okay. All right. So threat's going to be added. We're going to add another power counter. He's going to scheme for 1. Put this activation, after this activation resolved, put a 1 pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. So he's just going to scheme for 1. We have an encounter card. Staggering Strength. Attach to Apocalypse and change him to Giant form. And then it says Force Interrupt. When Apocalypse attacks you, you are stunned. Discard this card after activation. So Giant form. Whoopsies. Let's bump that here. Giant form here. He has Stalwart, so he can't be stunned or confused. It says after Apocalypse changes his form, heal 1 damage from him. So he's gonna swing here for 4, and we're gonna be stunned. Okay, great. So let's exhaust to get rid of Memories of Armageddon. Okay, now let's swap a card from. So choose a card in your hand and swap it with the top card of your deck. Or choose a card from your hand and swap it with the top card of your discard pile. So we're going to swap this for this. No, we're going to swap this for this. No, we're going to swap this for this. Okay. Then we're going to use Pip to put a card from our discard. Oh, hold on, let's not do that yet. Let's discard Digging Deep and Jackpot for Avengers Mansion. So exhaust, choose a player. That player draws a card. We're going to use Pip to put Jackpot on top of our deck. We're going to, yes. We're going to flip to Domino. We're going to discard Call for Aid for Lucky Lady. So discard top card of your deck, count the resources on it for each resource counted this way. If it's a yellow, heal 2. If it's 2, remove 2. If it's a blue, remove 2 threat from a scheme. If it's a red, deal 3 damage to an enemy. And if it's a wild, choose one of the above. So we're going to discard Jackpots, all 3. And then it says after this card is discarded from the top of your deck, shuffle it into your deck. So let's heal 2 damage, putting us to 6. We're going to move 2 threat from a scheme. And we're going to hit him for 3 damage, putting him at 6. This gets shuffled back in. We are going to do Avengers Mansion to draw. And we are going to choose a card from our hand and swap it with the top card of our deck. So we're going to put Make the Call, put it back on top of our deck, and draw a card. And then we're going to discard Genius for Domino's Pistols. It's restricted. Exhaust Domino's Pistols. Choose an enemy and discard the top card of your deck. Deal 1 damage to the enemy for each resource icon discarded this way. This card also has range. So let's do that. We'll discard that. It's going to do 1 damage to him. And then we're going to have White Fox hit for 1. And that's going to end our turn. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is after when Apocalypse attacks you, you are stunned. Discard this card after activation. He will attack us. I believe we are going to be stunned, but if we have White Fox defend it, White Fox will die, but we'll still be stunned. So I think that's how that's going to work. So let's add threat to the main scheme. We're going to add another power counter. He's going to swing for 4, so as an interrupt, we're stunned. And then we are going to block with White Fox. So 4, is this a card? 5, 6, 7. White Fox is gone, and this card gets discarded. We're going to flip over a card. It's going to be Sinister Strike. When place 1 pursuit counter on pursuit by the pass, and if there's any counters on the villain attacks you. Oh dear. He's going to attack for 2. We'll block. So 2. Place the counter. Oh my goodness. So we take no damage. And we are going to end the turn. Good lord. Okay. So we're going to use Domino's Pistols. We'll discard the top card of our deck. It's going to do 1, but we're going to remove the stun because it's an attack. Let's see. What do we have here? Painted Lady. You have to discard a card from the top of your deck. Attach this card. Oh, well, I could have done that, I guess. Let's do Avengers Mansion to draw. Let's discard Medlab and Strength Numbers for another right place, right time. We're going to move 3 threat from a scheme, and then discard this to remove additional threat, but that's already gone from that scheme. Let's discard Painted Lady and Probability Field for another Domino's Pistols. Let's exhaust that to deal 2 damage because it's a wild resource, so it's going to be 2. Let's flip over. Let's use Pip to put a Domino or Posse card on top of our deck. And we're going to put Probability Fill on top of our deck. We're going to end our turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. So a threat gets added. Another counter gets put on here. So it's going to discard those. And it says discard cards on top of the encounter deck until a superpower card's discarded and reveal it. Oh, there's a superpower card. So Giant Growth. It comes in when defeated. Apocalypse in giant form, he activates against the player who defeated this scheme. Otherwise, he changes to giant form and give him a tough status. He will scheme for 2. After his activation, change him to Cyberpath form. So he'll scheme for 2. Cyberpath form, which will be this. He has Retaliate 1, and after he changes this form, place 1 threat on each scheme in play. Boom. Boom and boom. We've got our counter cards. Celestial Armor. Attached to the villain. Force interrupt when this villain schemes against you. Discard the top card of your deck. If that card has whatever those resources, do that thing. So this is actually probably not great against Domino because we have so many wilds. And then we have Tyrant Worship. When revealed, place 5 threat on Ancient Ritual. Okay. Now we got to figure out what we're going to do here. So let us do this. Let's say put a card, a Posse card, or let's see. How do we want to do this here? I have a lot of options, which that's what I'm kind of just not sure exactly how we want to process. Let's Avengers Mansion. We'll draw. Then let's heal up to 9. Put a card. Exhaust Pip to put a Domino card or a Posse card from discard pile on top of your deck. If we put a card on top of our deck. So let's exhaust that, and we're going to put White Fox, because she's Posse, on top of our deck. Do we want to activate our card? It says choose a card from your hand and swap it with the top card of your discard pile. I think I'm good. We're going to flip. We are going to choose a card from our... Okay, hold on. Let's do this first. So I have Call for Aid, which will let us discard until we get an Avengers ally, and we have one Avengers ally, and that ally is White Tiger, and she's still in the deck. So we can do that and get stuff in play. So let's do Call for Aid. So discard cards on top of your deck until you discard an Avengers ally, then add that ally to your hand. So discard, White Fox is put in play. Discard, discard, White Tiger. She goes to our hand. White Tiger says after you play White Tiger from your hand, draw X cards to a maximum of 3, where X is the villain stage, and then if the villain has no stage number, draw 1 card. Okay, choose a card from your hand and swap with the top card of your deck. Let's choose Jackpot, and we'll swap with the top card of our deck. Ooh, Posse. The Posse. Okay. Let's exhaust Domino's Pistols. We're going to discard the exhaust Domino's Pistol and choose an enemy, discard top card of our deck, and deal 3 damage, or deal 1 damage. So we discarded, deal 3 damage. This stage is defeated. We do have Retaliate, so we're going to take a hit. But this gets shuffled back into our deck. So he gets defeated. We have stage 2 come in. So same thing, Retaliate 1. And after Apocalypse changes form, place 2 threat on a scheme. Okay. Then, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Oh, and he comes in with 20 health. So I've got 2 10s here because I don't have a 0. So there's just 20 health there. So we can do Diamondback, exhaust Diamondback, deal 1 damage to her and discard the top card of your deck and deal 1 damage for each resource icon discard this way. Now, I don't know the other card in my deck, but I know Jackpot's in there. So let's go ahead and use this to take a threat off of here. Let's discard Digging Deep and Leadership Training for Diamondback. So we can exhaust her, deal 1 damage to her, and discard the top card of your deck to deal 1 damage to an enemy for each resource icon discarded this way. We're going to do that. We're going to exhaust her and deal damage to discard the top card of our deck. It's going to do 1 damage to him. He's at 19. Then we're going to discard Lucky Break. No, we're going to discard Probability Field and White Tiger. Because Lucky Break... yeah, for Posse. So only play if you control at least 3 Posse characters, which we do. Boom. Hero action is choose heal 1 from each Posse and ready each of them. So heal, boom, boom, boom. We're going to do Domino's Pistols to discard the top card of our deck. So exhaust, discard choose an enemy, deal 3 damage to him, so he's at 16. Now timing-wise, I don't know if I was decked. Do I shuffle this back? This is after this card, so this is a response. So I don't know. Let me know if it means that I have to now shuffle my deck, my discard pile back into my deck, or if this goes straight back to my thing. After this card is discarded, oh, I get the Retaliate damage too. But I healed 1, so it went back to 8. The timing of being decked, like, because as soon as you're decked, you draw, and then this would get shuffled back in. I think that's how it would work, so we're going to do that. Let's activate Diamondback again, so we'll give her a damage to do that. It's going to do 2 damage because wild resources count as 2. So he's down to 14. We're going to use her to thwart. And we're going to use her to thwart. And we're going to keep Lucky Break and we're going to ready up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we're going to add threat to the main scheme. We're going to add a power counter. He is going to attack for 1. We're going to just take the hit. So 1. After the activation, reveal this card. It's Staggering Strength. Attached to Apocalypse to change to Giant form. He's going to change to Giant form. It's going to heal 2 damage from him, so he's back to 16. But he's got this. We have 2 encounter cards. Counter card number 1. Technological interface. When revealed, if Apocalypse in cyberpath form, he activates against you. Otherwise, change him there and place 1 power counter on the main scheme. So he's back to cyberpath. Power counter. That gets discarded. And then we have Clan Akkaba's Zealot. So place 2 threat on the ritual. So 2 threat gets added, putting us at 10. So when 10 gets added, we're going to move 5. These get removed, sorry. Because now we're at 10. We're going to remove 5 and deal a player and encounter card. Now, this is for next round because we've already resolved all the encounter cards. Okay. So let's see what we got here. We have Call for Aid, which would get us... Well, we could do Call for Aid. That would be kind of... Let's do Call for Aid. So we're going to discard so we get an Avenger's Ally. So Digging Deep. After this gets... after you discard this card, add it to your hand. White Tiger. Okay, that didn't go as far as I was hoping, but that's okay. Let us. We're on stage 2. Let's discard Digging Deep, Lockjaw, and Lucky Break for White Tiger. So after she comes into play, draw 2 cards because we're on stage 2. Okay, let's use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Sharpshooter. Let's discard Make the Call and Lucky Break for Sharpshooter. It says when you would make a ranged attack, discard the top card of your deck. This attack deals 1 additional damage for each resource icon discarded this way. All right. So first and foremost, let us... We're going to use White Tiger. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. We're going to use Diamondback's ability. So exhaust Diamondback, deal 1 damage turn, discard top card of your deck, and deal 1 damage to each enemy for each resource icon discarded. So 1 damage gets thrown to everybody. So 1 on this, 1 on him. She gets taken out. Yeah, she gets taken out for consequential. We're going to use White Tiger to finish that off. Then we have range, so Retaliate's not going to hit us. We're going to do Domino's Pistols. We're going to discard this. It's going to give us 2 because of this. We get to draw that because it's Digging Deep. But then when you discard, when you make a range attack, discard top card of your deck. Right there. Deal 1 additional damage for each resource icon discarded this way. So it's going to do 4 damage because 2 from this, 2 from this. Puts them at 11 because it's ranged. Right? I think I did that right. We're going to do Domino's Pistols again. Discard. It's going to do 2 damage, and then we're going to do this again. Another 2 damage, so 4 damage. Then, let's discard Digging Deep and right place, right time for right place, right time. We're going to move 3 threat from the scheme. So let's remove that 3 threat there. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, we'll remove that 3 threat. And then we'll discard a card and remove 3 additional threat from that scheme, but it's done. And then this gets shuffled back in. And then when that happens, if he's in giant form, he activates. Otherwise, he changes to giant form and gets a tough. We'll use White Fox to ping off the tough, and we'll use Domino to hit him for 2, putting him at 5. And I think that's it. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Okay, we're going to add threat to the main scheme. He's going to get another counter. He's going to attack for 5. We are stunned, but we're going to have White Fox block it. So 5. Oh, and he changes his form. He heals 2. So let's give him back up to 7. Okay. He's going to hit us for 5. Choose to place 3 threat there. This gains 3 boosts. I'm going to give it 3 boosts. So 5, 6, 7, 8. White Fox, sorry. You're dead. Encounter card. Counter card number 1. Plugged in. When defeated, if Apocalypse is in Cyberpath form, he activates against the player who defeated this scheme. Otherwise, change him to Cyberpath form and give him a tough. Comes in with 5 threat. And then we have Evil Alliance. Each Nemesis minion in play activates against you. If no minions activate this way, place 3 pursuit counters on Pursued by the Past. 3 counters get placed on here. So boom, boom, boom. And then it says after you place a pursuit counter on here, if at least 3 are on here, remove each counter from here. If there are at least 3 more than the number of players, so 4, remove each counter from here. And flip this card. After you flip this card, find the set-aside nemesis. Which one of these is the nemesis? Both of them? And the side scheme. Oh wait, this says Domino's nemesis minion. Okay. Flip this to the side, reveal the scheme, and then shuffle the remaining cards into the thing and flip this card over. So, So we have Topaz. She comes in. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a set-aside in the set-aside area for 1 copy of Superpower Feedback and attach it to your identity. Shuffle. He's 1, 2. Well, let's do that real quick. Attach your identity. After you resolve an ability on your identity card or an identity-specific card, take 1 damage. And then alter ego, discard 1 identity-specific card from your hand to discard this card. So we're going to attach that to ourselves. Then we have Not My Lucky Day. When revealed, each player either takes 1 damage or places 2 threat here. We're going to place 2 threat there. Because I don't think this game's not going to last too long. So, alright. We're stunned, which is not fun, but I think we can end up making this work out for us. So, we are going to use our thing and remove that. We're going to attack. We are going to use Avengers Mansion to draw. We're going to discard energy for Good Workout, deal 4 damage to an enemy. Oh, this gets discarded, by the way. Discard the top card of the encounter deck, your thing here. So it's going to do 2 damage. So it's going to do a total of 6 damage. He's at 1. Well, and you know how it goes from here. We'll discard Make the Call and Leadership Training for another workout. We're going to hit her for 4, 5. This is gone. We're going to use Domino's Pistols to choose him. We'll discard that. It's going to do 1 damage. He's dead. Another Domino's Pistols, another 1 damage, and then another 2 damage. We would have been fine. That's going to be the game. So we took out Apocalypse of Domino. This Domino deck's a lot of fun, by the way. I think basically I need to play. I have a Magic. We'll have Magic coming up here soon, but Bishop, Cable, and Domino, like the hero, and I think Magic's going to be this way too because I haven't played her too much. Those are like my favorite. I think they're probably my favorite characters to come from a expansion box. Like they're just all so fun. Of all the expansion boxes, I think like the last 4 heroes from the expansion boxes my favorite. Domino's great, Bishop's really great, Cable's really great, and I think Magic is too. I just need to play her a little bit more. So anyway, that's gonna be it. We took out Apocalypse. Apocalypse isn't I think Apocalypse is fair. He doesn't seem too difficult, but I don't think he's like a pushover either, but I may be wrong. But that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.